Hello.
Hey,
welcome
what's up?
to another episode of the Potluck Podcast, and this is your butthurt disclaimer.
Parental and/or sponsor advisory. Our goal is to offer a recovery-based podcast with a twist of humor. The expressions and opinions voiced here are those of the individual speaker and are not of the collective. Our primary purpose is to carry the message and to help others achieve sobriety. We don't feel the need to be original, but we certainly don't want to be extra crispy. Crispy!
All right, so welcome to yet another episode.
Back in the saddle again!
Welcome back, Sean. How are you?
Oh, hell of a lot better.
Hell of a lot better. It's great to have you back.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
I'm just chopped liver.
Hello,
You
Chop
never
Liver.
left chopped liver.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as
Some
mincemeat.
people like chopped liver, by the way. So
Yeah, depends.
Yeah.
I guess.
I
Fried
don't
over.
wear
Those are parental diapers.
Yeah,
Could be.
I don't wear them.
Not yet.
I like
You are eligible too.
No, I'm not.
fried chicken livers is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I'm not a big fan.
Sometimes you acquire the taste, and sometimes you
Don't.
don't. Yeah.
So how was y'all's week?
Hopefully, the end of a longer struggle.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I agree. You just struggle.
It was a real struggle when I was driving the bus.
The struggle is real.
Yeah.
Yes, my week was very interesting. I've had a very interesting week. My car broke down.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I had a major breakdown in the vehicular department, and vehicular.
Vehicular variety.
Vehicular.
Yeah, because I forgot the Euler part.
I know it.
Yeah, so I added the Euler to
Them
the
damn
vehicle,
I
phonics.
know it.
which
Yeah, I know it.
ends up being vehicular.
Yeah, I know it.
It's a compound word there.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
If used right.
No, it actually isn't. You're right, because Euler is not really a word.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had this talk.
Me too.
Anywho's, yeah. So God has blessed me with people in my life that were able to help me with my vehicle, and I made it through that. So I'm really grateful for that. And shout out, you know who you are.
Yeah.
And anybody
Yeah,
else, I
boy.
won't say your name. but-
Big head representing.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna watch it, so he won't know.
Yeah, he'll watch it because I'll make him watch it since you called him Big Head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. You know who you are. Look, I mentioned pounding on the table, and here I go.
Yeah, right. It wasn't me, after all.
I know it was you the last time.
Yeah, because I wasn't at the table.
Was it?
Yes.
Sheesh.
Okay, well now it's not just me.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm waiting for you to do it
I
now.
feel like I should do it now. Shit.
Yeah. Well, not. Yeah, but
I
that's
sense a
rude
major
thing.
digression in effect.
Yeah, most definitely.
So my week, really, I say the past 2 weeks have been interesting, to say the least. Finally back to work Tuesday, and I will say, yeah, at first Tuesday night, I thought they hated us. You know what I mean? Instead of, when you're especially in a factory, right, and you run a line, usually, if you don't have enough people to run said line, you send everybody home.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so Tuesday, we did not have enough people to not only run the line, but to run the sub-assemblies as well. And we still kept the line up. So you literally, all of us, it wasn't just me, all of us, we were all like double and triple worked for whatever reason. Wednesday wasn't as bad, but still was in the quality of being double worked for no reason.
Bye. Keep coming back. I apologize. Half of our live audience has just left the room.
And then Thursday, it got a little better, but still in the same quality of still being, overworked for whatever reason, and then Friday, being in a position to where, because I haven't been there the longest on my line, but there's only 2 or 3 other people that have been there longer than me that have been on that line for a minute, and they know like I said, we were all helping. It wasn't just me that went and was doing other things, but whenever it was time for someone to get dug out of a hole that they put themselves into, they always seem to
run to the man with the shovel.
Yeah, so I don't, and I even told my supervisor.
You and this shovel.
Yeah, facts. I love the shovel sometimes, buddy. But I told him, I said, I don't mind the help, but whenever you purposely dig yourself into a hole and
there you go again.
Facts, and then you ask someone else because you know that they can run that machine to dig this person out of whatever hole they're in. Like, I don't care to do that, but like he didn't need to necessarily do. And I don't explain what happened. So the machine that I had to go back to is the machine I started on, right? And it's a two-man machine. So this side runs the first part of the part, okay? And that's basically just putting the bezel on the rear end panel, and then the charger port is put on it in this spot too. And then it goes from him to my side where I put the clips on the sides of it, and then I screw the vents onto it, and then it's completed part. Well, this man ran 175 parts, half built on his side, and hung up on a rack, okay? And then when I finally got over at lunchtime, my machine had 85 parts built, and that was it. His side had 175 parts built. You know what I'm saying? So when you run it, especially if you're running it by yourself, and even if you're running it with someone else, you're supposed to build a part, and then while you are building that part he handed you, he's starting the next part. You know what I'm saying? So it's a continuous thing. Well, by him hanging up all these parts, all the 175 parts that he built on this rack behind him, when I got back there, not only did I have to catch him up with the parts that we were running on the line, but I also now have to run all these 175 parts right behind us. So you initially just double work the person that's helping you. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. And like, he kept doing it. Isn't it a couple of times where he did it Thursday night, he did it again Friday night, and I'm like, bro, why would you do that? Especially if you're training someone, like if you build this part and he's slow on, say, clipping the parts, clip the parts for him. That way, all he's got to do is put the vents on it and screw the vents in. Like it's not hard, but you make it harder than what it has to be.
Yeah. So
Friday night when I got back there at 8:30, from 8:30 to 10:45, my counter on my machine went from 85 parts to 236. You know what I'm saying? I'm killing myself to try and keep up with the line and keep you from getting in trouble for having all these half-built parts. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't care to do that, but at the same time, like, why would you do that? I don't understand why people do that. Like, you're just overworking yourself for no reason. And like, so I'll say by the end of Friday night, I was tired. You know what I mean? Like, I was exhausted. It's been a minute since I haven't been back to work because of the layoff and whatnot, but tired, bro. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And like, but it was a good tired though. It was like a better quality of tired, as the director of the program I was
a
in.
rewarding tired.
Yes, absolutely. You know what I mean? And like, because like not just my supervisor, but like his supervisor, and then his supervisor have noticed, like, a lot of us, like, me, a couple of Papa and a couple other people, like, we don't care to help, and they see that, you know what I mean? And it's not necessarily an effect of, like, I'm doing it to be seen, but, like, the fact that they know that I will help, they always ask me to help, you know what I mean? And just that fact of, like, not only job security, you know what I mean, but, like, we're a team, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be a team. Just like if you work at a restaurant or, like, at any other job, really.
Yeah.
You're a team. You're supposed to work together.
Effort.
You know what I mean? And it's like there's a lot of people that.
Yeah, but that's a lost art, bro. They don't really even. They don't even really kind of teach that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's not pointed out how
Yeah.
It's not encouraged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more individualized. Everything is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's it comes down to that whole point too. Like why most jobs you have like I'll say a war, if you will, between first shift and second shift, or between first shift, second shift, and third shift.
It's all competitive.
It's all competitive, you know what I mean? And it's like, the way I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just, the way I was raised, I don't really know. But if we work for the same company, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if I'm on first shift, if I'm on second shift, if I'm on third shift, we all represent that company. So if first shift has a good day, and second shift has a shitty day, and third shift has a shitty day, all in all, that day was shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If first shift comes in and has a shitty day, and second shift has a good day, and then third shift has a good day, it's still a shitty day. You know what I mean? We all represent the same company. We're all doing the same thing, and it's just people. I don't really know. I guess it's people's outlooks on the situation. You know what I mean? It's like, well, how can I be better than the next person? And it's like we're all the same. Like we shouldn't be trying to compete as to. You know, like don't get me wrong, I compete in the sense of like maybe with not even with another person, but within myself. Like, how fast can I get this part done?
Well, I mean, you know, it's all about the attitude, man. You know, I've come into work and like the first shift had a shitty day.
Yeah.
But you can't let that
determine
the day.
Yeah.
Because I come in with a positive attitude, and we can turn that shitty day around.
And see, that's what I was about to say too. Like, if say first shift has a shitty day, and second shift is, you know, starting off a little shitty, but then you can definitely make a shitty day a good day. You know what I mean? Whether it be picking up someone's slack where they, you know, kind of fell off a little bit or whatever. Like but we still, the point is that we all represent the same company. We all doing the same thing, and we're all, you know, trying to do our job and go home initially. And it's just. I don't. People see it as competitive, and sometimes it can be. I guess I compete with myself. Like Thursday.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday.
Sean was just about to say that.
Yeah. Thursday and Friday, I ran the fastest time on my old machine. I ran 13.4 seconds on putting these parts together. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
fast.
It's fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I don't know much about it, but that sounds fast.
My average at one point was 16 seconds, and then it got to 14, and then like I said, I've ran the fastest time. I've always trying to get my time when I first started the machine to 13 seconds. I ran a 13.4 and a 13.2, and that was the fastest time I've been on that machine.
You're a fast runner.
Yeah, facts. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I compete with myself in that way. But, like, I don't feel that I'm any better than the person that ran it on first shift or any better than the person that was running it with me. You know what I mean? And, like, that's where, like, the team effort comes in. Because, like, if he's behind, then I'm behind too. I can only run the parts that he gives me. You know what I'm saying? And if I get back there and I'm still trying to keep him afloat and keep the line afloat too, you know what I mean? That's where the team effort should come in. You should never do that to someone.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. But
Did that feel good getting off your chest?
It did. Because it bothered me, bro. Like Friday night when I was talking to my supervisor after we was getting ready to leave, because they shut the line down early because it was something, I don't know what happened. Something happened on the line. And anyway, I talked to him, you know, I told him, I said, bro, I don't mind the help. You know what I mean? I really don't. You can put me wherever. I know everything on the line. I know everything on the sub-assemblies. Just put me wherever, and I'm going to run the parts. But he's getting to the point now because being nice it's not working. You know what I mean? People are still taking advantage of him, and he's getting to that point where he told me, he's like, bro, I'm going to start letting people go that's not going to start being a team. We're supposed to be a team. It's what we're supposed to do. And, like, just because of what happened Friday, like I said, I don't know what happened, but just because of what happened Friday, things are about to change tomorrow when I go back to work, you know? And I'm not really necessarily worried about it on my behalf because I know I'm good. Like, I do what I'm supposed to do. I do my job well. I feel like I do my job well. And they see that. But it's like the people that are taking advantage, the people that are, you know what I'm saying, I'll use the words, screwing off, if you will, they ruin it for the ones that actually do their job. You know what I mean? And like the fact that it's gone so long, and he keeps giving them chance after chance after chance after chance, and like people just keep taking advantage of it. And he's getting to that point now where he's fed up, and like he's a good supervisor. Period. Like, you know, and just to have to go through the, you know, because when he gets bitched at, it's because of something that something happened on the line or something that we did, you know what I mean? And whether it be just one specific person or a group of effort of whatever it is, like, that's not right, you know what I mean? But I don't know, bro. It just bothered me that it's a handful of people, and it's always the same handful of people that keep this cycle going, you know what I mean? And then, you know, it's just crazy, but I'm glad I got back to work. I am glad I got back to work. Lord. Woo! Sorry, that was a lot. I know it was. It's
quite a rant.
It was, and I had to get it off my chest, bro.
Well, I'm glad you did. I mean, it helps.
Things.
It helps getting it off your chest.
Yeah, it's one of them things that was bothering me. You know,
today has been a day of getting things off of one's chest. Yeah.
Thanks. Like a pimple.
A pimple on your chest?
Or a third
You
nipple.
ever had a pimple on your chest?
I mean, if it's on your chest.
Yeah.
That's what
A pimple
comes to
could
mind.
be mistaken for that, I guess.
Yeah.
If it's properly placed.
How big
Well,
it
I
is.
mean, nobody said it had to be in the center.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
but
only
I
if
mean,
it's perfectly proportioned.
Yeah, I mean, it is a third nipple. It should be
Well,
proportioned
and
correctly.
in your mind, where would the ideal third nipple be placed?
Like right here on the sternum.
Okay.
Yeah.
That low? That's your belly button.
I think it's like a
No,
nipple.
no, that's down further.
I think it's like a nipple.
It would
It's
be.
a middle nipple.
Yeah, nipple would work.
Nipple?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
I mean, it would look weird to be like even with the other two, because then they would go across. But I guess that would be a good
I
proportion.
feel like that would be a straight proportion.
I cannot believe we're talking about
Nipples.
third nipples.
We are.
They would all be nipples because they're in the middle. Because you don't want it like on one side below. That would be like you were
Well, I don't
deformed.
think you would want a third nipple anyway, so there is no ideal.
Third nipple.
I mean, I'm just saying.
What movie was that?
Total Recall.
There was
Total
there was a
Recall.
double, yes.
Yeah.
There
And
was-
Bruce Willis had
Yeah,
one out too.
yes.
The red
Sixth Sense.
something.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
yes,
Yeah, that's the
yes,
one.
it was.
Fifth Element.
There was, yeah.
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 There was
Alright.
another movie too, I believe, where third nipple was.
We could write a screenplay. Call it the third
Well,
nipple.
while we're getting everything off the chest,
Uh-oh.
and I mean, I've already really basically unloaded this past few days, but the whole month of January, bro, was, oh man, like the rest of 2026 has got to be better. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So it started off, I guess, in the first week of January, I ended up getting sick.
Yeah.
Walking pneumonia, second time in 3 months. And I was sick, but I wasn't that sick. It kind of progressed.
Yeah.
A little bit after I ended up getting sick, I get my teeth cut out.
Yeah.
And once they got my teeth cut out, I really began to feel.
Yeah.
I began to feel it real bad. I ended up with so much infection in my face, like congestion, sinus infection. It was rough, dude. Like I'd never seen that much stuff come out my face. So that took care of 3 weeks of the month.
Yeah.
Like okay, and then Snowmageddon hit.
Yeah.
All right.
Snowmageddon.
So for them 4
like
weeks,
that.
I averaged 3 days a week at work,
Yeah.
and I thank
A lot like me, buddy.
I thank God because I am blessed with my rate of pay. That the other jobs I had in recovery, I still made in 3 days what I would have made at all them other jobs in a whole week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want or need for nothing. You know what I'm saying? What I want and need is I need my diet back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this soft food pudding diet is it's already spent. I'm done. I'm done with it. I need
You need some sustenance.
yes. And I mentally obsessing about things this whole month. And all this began before January, really, with the lack of spiritual maintenance. All right. But I really was slacking, bro. I have been to one church service in a month. I haven't been to any Bible studies.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning to feel the effects of it. In a lot of areas, whether it's my reactions to people, situations, scenarios, whatever, or like I said, the obsessing about stuff. So the other night, I wake up in the middle of the night, I have a dead sleep. I had a couple bad dreams. woke up just crying, bro, and asking for God. I just told him, I said, I need you, I need you, I need you now, I need you forever. Please remind me how much I need you. Please help me stay grateful. And I thank you for your guidance and your guard against everything real and not real. I began thanking him for my arms and my legs and my feet and my lungs and you know what I'm saying, this life. And because in the moment I realized, you know, how much I need that.
Yeah. It's important.
You know, I've got this problem with waking up and praying. There's this, I don't know if it's a lack of practice or what it is, but there is just this utter reluctance, defiance to do so. Or if I haven't practiced it enough, I don't know. And even at that point, I made the decision that I was going to wake up and pray first thing.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, I'm in the kitchen making my oatmeal, making my coffee, you know, getting my stuff together, taking my meds, whatever, and realized I still ain't prayed yet, you know, so maybe, like I said, maybe it's just going to take more practice or whatever, a habit I need to get into.
Yeah.
Back to the dream. You know, the further I get away from the dream, the less of a deal it seemed, like I made a big deal out of it or something.
Right.
But when I look at the dream, you know, I'm dreaming about my dog. I've been missing the shit out of this dog. And in my dream, I am at our house, me and my ex,
Right.
but I'm there with another woman. It's not my ex.
Right.
All right. We're sitting around the couch. We got some people over, and I don't even know who they was, but there's pot everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude's got nuggets of pot laying in the floor, and I'm looking at it. I was like, man, what are you doing, dude? Right? Like, what? You expect me to smoke this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
And I see my dog, but he's not my dog.
Yeah.
Like he is so mangy and deteriorating, and it was unsettling a little bit. Like had patches of hair missing and shit. And I looked down at him, and I'm like, what is that? Well, it's like this bacterial organism coming out of him. Okay, like it was weird as shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I get up and I take him to the bathroom. I start the tub. I'm looking around the bathroom like, man, this bathroom just fell apart, bro. Like it looks so bad. It looked like a mobile home or something that had done trap house-ish.
Right.
As I'm starting the tub, you know, the floors are gone basically. There's holes in the floor.
Yeah.
As I start the tub, he's done went through the floor, and I see him. He's running off through the neighborhood. The rest of my dream, I'm trying to get back up with my dog.
Yeah.
To the point where somebody had got like this bobsled thing and went through the neighborhood collecting dogs. All right, like is this your dog? And they try to hand me this little. I was like, nope, not my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like not mine. And I find myself in like this parking garage looking thing. It's got all these different levels, these security gate like deals I got to go through, and it's like just complete struggle and obstacles everywhere. And then it's like a marathon going on, and people are like running. You know, they got the numbers on their chest and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't know. It was just so odd, man. So I talked to my sponsor about it, and he's like, "Well, so who's the dog?" You know?
Yeah, because the dreams do mean something.
So and I told him, I said, "Well, I've got a few ideas on what they could be." You know, one, because of the lack of my spiritual maintenance, it could be God. You know what I'm saying? That relationship with God is deteriorating. You know what I'm saying? I looked at him, I said, it could be my sobriety. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, it's taking a hit on because of the lack of my spirituality. And I said in the last one, I said, I think it's me. I think the dog is me. He's like, that he said, you know, that's where I'm leaning. And he looked at me and said, "What are you doing for yourself?"
Right.
I immediately said, "Nothing.
Yeah.
I'll do nothing for myself." And he's like, "Yeah, I see you doing this, that, and the other for everyone here, there, and everywhere. But, there's no self-care, whatever going on, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got my teeth done, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how much self-care that was, you know what I mean? I mean, yes, eventually it's going to boost my confidence. Yeah. It's not happening right now. Like, it is really unsettling right now for me. It's different. It's kind of uncomfortable in more ways than one. Right. Like, it's a little painful. And I don't know who the hell it is I'm looking at in the mirror. Like, I ain't never seen that dude.
Right.
I mean, it's weird seeing him.
Yeah.
I don't even feel really all that comfortable with the smile, even though they perfect-ass looking teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My speech is impeded, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And I'm reluctant to speak because of it. I ended up going to buy me a pair of boots. Bro, my foot was killing me. I bought a pair of boots 4 months ago. Brand new pair of boots. Worst pair of boots I ever bought in my life. They was breaking me down every day at work, bro. So was that self-care or was that a necessity? You know what I'm saying? I mean, still don't really.
Yeah. Self-care is important.
Self-care is very important. In fact, the programs that they have out there, they insist that you do
it. Well, see, and then that just brings me back to the whole question I hate having asked to me, what do you do for fun? And I keep asking myself, what do? I don't do nothing for fun. You know what I'm saying?
Really
so then I ask myself, what is there for me to do for fun? And I cannot.
Because you have taken so long to do anything for yourself. I mean, you've really been hard at it.
Yeah.
See, so this is, I say like this right here. What do you find joy in? So when I ask that, the first thing that pops in my mind is like service work because I find joy in helping someone else. You know what I mean? Outside of service work, you know what I'm saying?
That's a whole different category anyway.
Right.
Service work is service work.
Service work, right.
Self-care.
But it is, yes. To an extent where some people, that service work is that self-care because
they enjoy doing it.
They enjoy doing it. It takes care of me. You know what I mean? But outside of that right there, what is it? I'll give you an example for me. Like, a lot of people use like, whether they shave my face or getting a haircut, like things like that. Things that make you feel good. Outside of it's just that right there, like I don't do it all the time. I really don't. I haven't done it obviously it's been cold, but I haven't done it in a couple months actually. I like to sit outside in the morning and I'll drink coffee, maybe smoke a cigarette, and I really just listen to the birds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, that's like a lot of the times when I meditate, that's self-care for me because like I did it yesterday. I sat in my room yesterday for probably total like 8 hours. Minus when I went to my buddy's celebration with the TV off. My lights were off, the TV was off. I was listening to a podcast, but like that was a moment where I was enjoying just me. You know what I mean? Like my roommate wasn't there. My significant other was at work. I was just at home by myself. The lights were off. Like, as a matter of fact, everything was off in the house except for my phone. I was listening to a podcast and like. To me, that was self-care. You know what I mean? Well, I haven't been able to do that either because of work now. But Friday nights when we go to Waffle House, like to me, that's self-care for me because I enjoy doing it. You know what I mean?
For me, it's music. I just recently finished putting together a drum set. I have a complete set now. Okay. I just added some cymbals to it.
Yeah.
It's a set of pearls, and I do have a few people that jam that have been coming over, and we've been getting some jam sessions in. And I feel like this year is going to be a very musical year for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting ready to record a new jam too.
Yeah.
That's my self-care because it makes me feel good. It gets me out of my head.
Yep.
And
so
it's very enjoyable.
The other thing for me was video games. I would tell you that I was having a conversation with someone else a couple weeks ago. Like I have to limit myself as to when I play video games because I can and will use that as a process addiction and will lose track of time.
Right.
I will not eat. I won't go to work. I just sit and play video games all day.
I just had that discussion with somebody the other night.
Yeah.
And that is almost a complete refusal for me to get back on them games because of exactly that.
So,
and while I process what it is, I may find joy in. Right. I also find myself asking, am I going to end up using this or this becoming another problem? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So, I'll tell you like this right here. Like when I video game now, I will video game for a couple hours. You know what I mean? But like, I would literally like I haven't touched my PlayStation in about a week. You know what I'm saying? But I have to do it that way because like I said, I'll overdo it. I'll sit there for days. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've always been able to do that. So since I was a kid, even before I started using drugs, I would literally sit there for days and video game. You know what I mean? I'd be late to school because I was video gaming. I would stay up all night before I went to school video gaming. You know what I mean? And like so like the way this is what I do as far as that. Like I played on Monday. You know what I mean? Play for a couple hours, and then I won't touch it for 4 or 5, sometimes even a week. You know what I mean? Because I know if I continue to run that, you know what I mean, it's what's going to turn into. Yeah. And I'm not saying that I have control over that, but it's gotten a little easier because I know I know it can and will turn into a process addiction. Yeah. And us being addicts and whatnot, like we substitute one for another, and too much of a good thing is a bad thing. I mean, too much of a bad thing is just a bad thing. Yeah. So, I don't know, like the.
See, and then it got the whole element of getting into cost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like adrenaline.
Yep.
Okay. Adrenaline. I like to go fast.
Mm-hmm. Fast.
I like driving fast.
Yes, you do.
You know what I'm saying?
You most certainly do.
This has also become a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I've also had a history of injuries on dirt bikes and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm reluctant to even invest money there. You see what I mean? Like getting something off road, so I'm not doing it on the streets and getting cited for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I've really messed myself up on one of them things, bro. You know, and
that's part of it.
I'm not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So just on the dirt bikes and all that, right? I used to skateboarded for years.
Yeah, I'm not skateboarding it, bro.
Roller skating.
I was real good at it. Like, you know what I mean? To the point where, like, I have videos on YouTube and stuff like that. But, like, I find myself recently, like, I'd say within the past, like, 3
Check Woody out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Skateboard, go ahead.
Buttery ass Sundays.
Buttery ass Sundays.
Anyway, I find myself watching a lot more skateboarding reels. And I was
to the butter.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with my significant other, and she was like, you should probably see about getting back into that. And like I thought about it, you know what I mean? I haven't done it in so long, brother. The last time I was on a skateboard, I was like 23.
But when you're thinking about it, and I'm looking at you talk about it, it put a little smile on your face.
It does. I love it. Listen. Skateboarding, I will always be a skateboarder. Like whether I'm actually on a skateboard or not, like I love skateboarding. It's fun. It's an independent sport, but at the same time, it's a family. Like you can go anywhere in the anywhere really. You don't have to be in the United States. Anywhere on the globe, you know what I'm saying? You go find a group of skateboarders, and we protect each other. It's a family. You know what I mean? Once a skateboarder, always a skateboarder. Yeah. And I've been in situations where like I was at the Louisville skate park, and one of the guys was about to get into a fight with some random dude walking down the street, and it wasn't just that guy. It was like a whole crew of people that was about to jump this guy because of whatever. I don't even know the situation, but that's what's about to happen. You know what I mean? Because we protect our own, man, and it's like being a part of something like that is kind of like being a part of like the fellowship here, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's it feels good to know that like even though I don't know you, you have my back. Absolutely. Just because we have that same thing in common, right. You know what I mean? It does bring me joy. Even if I don't actually get back on a skateboard, I can just physically watch skateboarding, and it still brings that same joy. You know what I mean? I have thought about it. Honestly, right now I don't even have the money to go about doing it. They asked me, my significant other, she asked me, she's like, how much does a new skateboard and all that cost? And well, when I get done building it, it's be about $350. I don't have $350 to just go and blow on a skateboard right now. You know what I mean? So it's it's definitely a work in progress. I can buy pieces at a time and build one, and then eventually get back to it, which I want to do. But it's been so long, bro. My thing is like when I do get to that point, I get to that point now. Like I fall, that shit hurts, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's what I had somebody ask me. What about going roller skating? No, bro.
Yeah. This shit hurts.
Yeah, no, I don't fall like I don't fall like I used to. You know what I'm saying? I can get back up, but it's the weeks after.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's not even the impact that hurts so bad. It's the after effect.
Yeah.
Bro.
So you skateboarded as well?
I said roller skate.
Oh, I love roller skating.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I know you did. I ain't gonna say why, but
No,
we all know why.
Look, I'm older.
We all
than
know
both
why.
y'all.
Yeah, I know.
I don't get it, but and I feel like
If you think black on it, you probably get it.
Anywho, yeah, I mean, I miss skating. I actually want to go skating.
Yeah. I fell the other day, bro. It was in my
So if
driveway.
you are out there and you want to go skating, just
here
hit
we
me
go.
up. We'll go skating. I love skating.
But anyway,
I think he likes skating.
Yeah, I think he does.
I really do.
I think he loves it.
I miss it.
Yeah.
Try it again, buddy.
Get
You
yourself.
don't have to have a group of people. To do
And
it.
bowling, I like
I
bowling
love
too.
bowling.
That's
painful.
funny. I haven't had any invites to bowling.
I'm gonna say-
I just had a friend that went bowling last night.
Us three should
I
go
was like-
bowling together.
I'm with it.
It was one of the first things I did in early recovery for fun.
Yeah.
And I ain't been back.
I'm gonna tell you this right here. I went bowling a couple weeks ago, about a month ago, I think.
That's another instance I didn't get an invite on.
Yes. So that was the last second thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It
me
wasn't.
neither.
It wasn't. But
That's the consensus. It's always the last
it
second
is.
thing.
It
Yeah.
is. I know it. Well, I'll do better. Okay.
Yeah. Please work on that.
But I'm gonna tell you this right here. After I got done bowling, like the next day and the day after and the day after and the day after, bro, I was so sore. It like while I was bowling, so you can go bowling right now from I think from the time it opens until 5. It's like $16, and you can bowl as many games as you want until 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So me and one of the actually yeah. So me and my homie that I went to the celebration with last night, we went and we got there at 3. So from 3 to 5 o'clock, we bowled like 6 games. By my 4th game, bro, I was just throwing the ball. I'm actually a pretty decent bowler, but at that point, I was just throwing the ball. No, throwing. Because I had I couldn't, I mean? It was so sore, bro. And then my leg from, standing on that leg and putting all that weight on that leg, it hurt so bad, bro. So the next, literally 4 days after that, I was so sore. Like, it hurt to walk or anything.
Right now.
Yeah, and see, that's
because when's the last time you went bowling, bro?
Actually,
Another instance I didn't get an invite. Okay.
About a year.
Okay.
But it hurts, you know what I mean? And I bowled.
Do you bowl as white as you walk?
I'm decent at bowling, and I resemble that remark.
Oh, I know. That's why I said it.
I bowled pretty much all through high school. You know what I mean? And got to the point where I was actually really good.
Do you have an average?
When I was in high school, yes, absolutely.
What was it?
225.
What?
Yes.
No.
Swear. I got to the point. You got to understand. We were going from Friday to Sunday every weekend. We went to Houston Bowling Lane.
Well, my average to this day is 170.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like just from listening to you, that I might be able to,
All we're gonna do is have to try it, buddy.
Yeah.
But the point I'm getting at is I'm getting older, bro. The only way to get out of that, you know what I'm saying, just like with skateboarding, if I were to do it, fall, I had to keep falling to get to the point where I build up that resistance again. And it's gonna take even longer to build that up because I haven't done it in so long. Just like with bowling. The last time I was bowling, I graduated in 2009. Last time about 2010 is when I stopped bowling. You know what I'm saying?
Half my life ago.
Right. So, here we go with this shit. Okay. So anyway, bowling,
baby bowler.
is we're not doing that.
Is that with the cards up?
No. Absolutely not. Sheesh. I use that little thing you put on the you know, roll the ball.
They call them bumpers.
Not the bumpers.
No.
The
ramp.
The assistant ramp.
Yeah.
I use that sometimes.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I lied. No,
Yeah.
I didn't. But the point I'm getting at though is like, I mean, self-care is important, bro. And if you're not taking the time, so they say the program, teaches you a new way to live. A lot of that new way for me was fun. You know what I mean? So you just gotta find, and it's for me, especially when I first got in recovery, I didn't think we could have fun. First of all,
And the more I think about it, the more I feel like we should be doing
Yeah.
more outside activities together.
Absolutely.
Like bowling, skating, fishing.
Yeah.
I like fishing.
I love
as well.
fishing. I love fishing, and like,
Hell, we haven't even gone out to eat together. I mean, other than the Oofaloozing, but that's not really to
digress. It was hard for me to see, like, especially when you're around here, you're like, well, what is there to do for fun? You know what I mean? Hell, I grew up just doing dumb shit. You know what I mean? And that was fun to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, getting into recovery, like getting further along in your recovery, it's like, what can I do for fun?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you literally have, like, you go to the skate park, you can go to the roller rink, you can go fishing, you might be able to go bowling, and then what outside of that can we really do?
Right.
Might maybe take a walk through, one of the parks or something like that. Like, but we have to create our own fun. You know what I mean? Whether it be video games or, like I said, taking a walk or whatever, we have to create our own fun. And
go to events. There's events out there we could go to together.
Yeah, and then, there comes that to point where a lot of events are, I don't want to say based around alcohol, but a lot of even at the bowling alley. I noticed when I went to the bowling alley, they sell beer.
Yeah.
At the bowling alley.
Don't care.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care either. Because I don't go there. I don't drink anyway, so I don't go there for that. You know what I mean? But it's like a lot of these events, a lot of these different places still sell alcohol. You know what I mean? And it's like, the book says we have to have a valid reason to be in these locations. We can't just stray away from it because they serve this because it's life on life.
Right.
If that was the case, we wouldn't be able to go out at all.
Which
Period.
brings me to the other night when I went and visited a couple friends
Yeah.
at the steakhouse.
Yep.
I walk in. When I walk to the front door, I grab the handle, and I think to myself, I'm by myself. They're going to sit me at the bar.
And what did they do?
I walked in, I held up one finger, like one person, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, all right. And they take me straight to the bar. And I was like, yeah. I look up at the screens, I'm like, okay, I got something to,
Yeah.
at
Focus.
least,
Right.
Not that I'm there, really, you know what I'm saying? But just I'm close to it.
Yeah.
And I'm mindful of it, at least.
Yeah.
So, but it's in the booth, next to the bar.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, this probably work.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the booth and watching a piece of the game, and thought comes to the mind because I hear old boy sitting over here at the bar. He's drinking and talking about how he stayed at the hotel just right behind the steakhouse. Talking about, I'll be back over tomorrow. Y'all gonna see a lot of me. Tomorrow I won't drive my car 100 yards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, sounds like me. You know what I'm saying? Risk everything to drive 100 yards to the bar.
Closest
You know what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely.
And now I think to myself, let's just sit at the bar. I was like, why? Why? Why do I need to sit at the bar? Because I can. No.
Right.
Well, I don't need to sit at the bar. I can see the TV.
Just relax.
I just got to move my head around the line a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I bet the dishes you ate off were pretty clean. Don't worry.
Were they?
Yeah. I'd say they were.
I digress.
Sheesh.
So, Anthony, Woody.
Yeah. I'm like it's like I was just
Really?
saying, man. My whole point of I used to work at it's a pizza place where they had a full bar in the front. I would, I didn't go and sit at the bar. It wasn't something I did. It really, like, this is the thing for me. Not for everyone else. I'm not saying go try it. I'm not saying that anyone needs to do the shit that I do or anything like that. But alcohol, it doesn't bother me the way drugs did. You know what I mean? Like, when I was in high school and shit, like, yeah, I did my drinking thing. But, like, once I hit, like, 25, I didn't really drink. But I do everything alcoholically. That's why I say I'm an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm gonna do it to the fullest and some. You know. But like when I was working there, you know, I would go have conversations with them out at the bar. I wouldn't sit there, but I'd go up there and have conversations with the people at the bar. Some of them were decent people anyway. But it wasn't something that like I would go out of my way. Like I'm not gonna go to that restaurant right now, sit at the bar, and carry on a conversation with these people. It's just not something I'm okay to do. But I will go to this restaurant, sit near the bar, and eat food. You know what I mean? Like that's a good enough reason for me to be there. But I'm not going to these places to hang out. You know what I mean? I'm not going up there every day to sit at the bar to carry on a conversation with someone. I'm just not doing that. So it's to me. That whole point of like, go to a barbershop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut, or sit at the bar long enough, you're gonna order yourself a drink. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that's far from out of my mind. You know what I mean? Because we're all just one bad decision away. But it's for me, it's less likely to happen because I make sure that I have a good reason before I go to these places. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just going to be like, oh, hey, I want to go, sit at the bar today. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen like that. And then it comes to, like, a lot of it for me is spiritual. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going, even, like, say if we were to go to a club, right? Just, I don't have any intention to drink. If I'm spiritually fit enough to be in this club and to just physically be there to dance or just to have a good time or whatever, as long as I feel that I'm spiritually fit enough to not do the extra shit that comes behind it. Again, I'm not saying go every day or every weekend, but I mean, if you can do those things, if you're able to go to a certain place and not have that thought of like, oh, I can drink and no one will know. Or like if I can have that thought where like, maybe if I like it says in the book, he went to the diner and sat down at the diner. He was eating a sandwich, and then as he was eating the sandwich, he's like, I can put a shot of milk inside my or a shot of whiskey inside my milk. That's disgusting, but just that thought that he had right there. You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't have these thoughts, and if I can figure out something. And I figured out that's something that keeps me from that right there, and that for me it's God. You know what I mean? I don't have those I'll say illicit thoughts to do that. You know?
Those dishes were clean.
Oh, here we go.
You know what I'm saying, bruh?
I digress.
Why are you digressing? They were clean. They're squeaky clean. I'm sure of it.
I didn't try to squeak them.
Well, see, there you go. That's what your problem was. You should have tried to squeak them because, when I do a test squeak at the restaurant I work at, I don't know where you went, but yeah, I do. I lied again.
Yeah,
that's,
you did.
That's two of us.
Yeah. Not just playing. I don't know, man. It's just off the back of like the self-care, man. You just gotta really. I have a problem with it too, and I still like. I don't. A lot of the times, I don't self-care every day. Honestly, sometimes I don't even do it every once a week. Like, I might do it once a month at times. You know what I mean?
I try to at least do it once a week.
I try to also. It's a practice. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'll do it and don't even realize I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? And then there's other times where I gotta make myself do it because I find like I would rather do something for somebody than to do something for myself. And there comes a point where I've heard this said, we can pour into someone else or into something else to the point where we forget to pour back into ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's the important part, is to pour back into ourselves, because we lose sight of it. Like to the point where it's uncomfortable when I do pour into myself. Like I feel wrong whenever I do something for myself. And like, it's important for me, even especially because I'm in recovery, that like I do pour into myself, because you can't pour into someone else or into something else if your glass is empty. You just can't do it. You know what I mean? And I've gotten a little bit better at, you know, pouring into myself, whether it be, you know, just being in the Word, or like just self-care. You know what I mean? But to me that's important, because once we stop, for me, once I forget that new way to live, because that's what that is, the new way to live, that we can still have fun, we're not a glum lot. To me, that's a big part of the new way to live.
Huge.
And
Huge.
we can, once we lose sight of that, once we forget that new way to live, I feel like that is, I don't want to say the first steps into a relapse, but that's the first steps into realizing that.
You all right?
That damn flies.
That's like the first steps into realizing like we could go backwards. You know what I mean? Like for me, like I told you, I've said this a couple of times. Like I would just go to work, and then I would just go to meetings, and then I would just go to work and just go to meetings. There was nothing in between. There was no self-care. There was no having fun. There was no anything like that. And a lot of the times for me, that's not enough. Being sober and just going to meetings or just going to work isn't enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once I realized that's what I was doing, I tried to do something different. So I would I went bowling, like I said, and then I would sit on the porch every now and again and drink coffee and smoke a cigarette, listen to the birds, or I just meditate, you know. And once I realized that I was doing that and I fixed that, life became a little, I'll say, easier. You know what I mean? I began to have that fulfillment of doing the little things, and then, you know, because a bunch of little things add up to a big thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, that was just my take on that.
Sorry, I just heard this story, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. But I'm gonna put a little twist on it. And thanks, Mrs. P, for the story. Just if you're listening, and it kind of goes to the selfish mindset of the addict and alcoholic. I don't know. I found this new cookies that I like. All right, Dutch coochie or whatever that they German cookies. It's either Dutch coochie or douchey coochie.
It's pronounced Kuche, not.
I'm gonna go with my take on it.
No. I'm German. Take it from me. Well, I'm half
Well, the
German.
cookies are too. So
Yes, but
and I read them, and they said Dutch.
Kitchen is Kuche.
Okay, well, it's Dutch coochie or douchey
Cookie.
or douchey coochie.
Kuche.
Either way, they're pretty good
It's
cookies.
not coochie. It's not.
Anyway, they're good cookies, bro. And they like probably my favorite now. You know what I'm saying? It's like a wafer with a dark chocolate on the bottom. Like it's good.
Okay.
It's good stuff. I don't know if you ever
Dutch
tried them.
Deutsche Küche.
You ever tried them?
Yes. Küche.
Anyway, they're real good.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you say it with me though, please? Küche.
Dutch coochie.
Please say Küche. Küche.
Couche.
No, please.
Okay.
Please.
Anyway, I digress.
Please
Okay,
say.
no,
Just
wait.
say it once with.
Couche.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I said. Couche. Quit being so timid.
I'm just saying this
Anyway.
doesn't sound
So,
like.
I have this pack of my cookies, and they're my favorite cookies, right? So I walk in the club, and I got them on the coffee bar, and open them up. I take one out, eat a couple. I go to the restroom, right? When I come out the restroom, come back to the coffee bar, and the dude's sitting at the bar,
Eating the cookies.
eating my cookies, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I come around the bar, and I just kind of look at him like,
What you doing?
grab one of the cookies, and he just gives me this look, right? You're like, now I eat my cookie. And he reach over and take another cookie. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it goes on, and there's one cookie left.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
He reached for the damn cookie, bro. Ooh. He snapped it in half. Give me the other half, right?
Yeah.
Well, I shoved the damn cookie in my mouth like I'm
mad as hell.
I'm mad as hell. I go out to the car, a little bit later. There's my pack of cookies. He shared his cookies with me, and I was mad the whole time about him eating my cookies. You know what I'm saying? And well, he was sharing with me the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sure I butchered her story, but you know what I'm saying? It's the perception. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. She did tell it a whole lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot better. Yeah, but I got this idea that this shit is mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it's so much better shared with another.
Yeah. So I listened to. He's a preacher. His name is Michael Todd. If you haven't got a chance to look him up, excellent preacher. I love listening to him.
Michael Todd.
That's Michael Todd for anyone that wasn't.
The church that he's a part of is called Transformation Church. Excellent church. All the preachers and all the they're all excellent. I just like listening to Michael Todd because it's like he speaks to me when I listen to him. When he was talking about one time about staying in position, and I'm about to use this in a point of the same way you just used that as the perception thing. So, picture you sitting on a stage. And you have people that it goes around, you know what I mean? And there's people on this side, there's people on this side, and then there's people in front of you, okay? So if I stand at the front of the stage, okay, and I hold up a picture, the only people that can really see what's on that picture is the people that's sitting directly in front of you, right? And if I turn the picture this way, then now the people that can see it are these people over here and not the people in front or the people in the back. They can only see what's on the back of it. And then vice versa, if I do it like this right here, okay? And he was talking about staying in position. So if you stay in position, or if you change your perception, is maybe change your seat or whatever, you can physically see what's on the front. You know what I mean? And if I'm standing, I'm facing this way. The people behind are only looking at the back of it. Okay, they can't tell what's on the front. So their perception is they have no idea really what it is. You know what I mean? As to where the people in the front are looking at it and they're like, okay, I can see what that is, And then if I turn it like this right here, the people are looking at the back like, what the hell's going on over there, And it was like, I don't know, it just spoke to me because it's like, it's how life is for me. You know what I mean? A lot of the times, like, I think because I'm looking at, like, say I look at that door, like, my perception of what is on that door, what is that door, is one thing. But, like, if I stand on the other side of the door, it's going to be a totally different thing. Like, now this room is closed. You know what I mean? And it's, I don't know. That's how I looked at recovery. Like my perception, it can change over a period of time, and I feel like the more that you are open-minded to different things, like that's when your perception will start to change. You know what I mean? And it's like staying in position. Like the longer I stay in position to receive my God's word, you know what I mean, and even further. Receive his blessings, it's when my perception and all that still continues to grow. I'll say grow. I don't just mean change, but grow. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's he explained it. He broke it down a little bit differently than what I just did. You know what I mean? But still almost the same concept. You know what I mean?
Will you shut the door? Please.
Yes. I don't know. I was going somewhere with that and I lost it.
So, about these questions.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
put it on me.
Put it on me.
Goodies, goodies.
All right, so.
Good morning, Wood.
No.
Good morning.
What's good, Wood?
Yeah. Yes. So, in your recovery, right? And things really began to change for you, like, not just physically, like, on the outside, but also, like, on the inside. When was it when you realized that your prayers, like, were being answered?
Step 2.
And they weren't, huh?
Step 2.
Okay. Well, I was meaning more of like even just like outside the steps, like when was it?
No,
Like it clicked
that is
time
when step 2 happened.
for you.
Yes.
Okay.
That was an awakening of sorts.
Yeah.
That's when I came to believe, and that's when I believed that the prayers
I mean, no,
worked.
That was it.
You know what I'm saying? And I just spoke on this in a previous meeting. The reading today is on step 2, came to believe.
Right.
And that's when I came to believe that I wasn't,
Yeah.
it wasn't best for me to be in control of my life.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't the one with power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just had that. It even, let me read that real quick.
Yeah, because like like I told you before, like when I first got in recovery, like I would pray, didn't know what I was praying to,
Right.
or for,
Right.
really, or anything like that. You know what I mean? And it was like I can recall like sitting back and realizing that everything that I'd been praying for was being answered. You know what I mean? Like I said, I hadn't had a job in so long. I hadn't had a vehicle. And like I wasn't necessarily praying for these things. You know what I mean? But like as I prayed for, I don't want to say prosperity really, but like just a way, just a way so I can better myself really. I got a job, and then shortly after I got a job, I got a car, and like I was able to get back and forth to work. I wasn't relying on other people. Slowly, I became, I'll say, self-efficient, but I realized that in becoming self-efficient, it was because of what I was praying for. You know what I mean? So like I realized like it wasn't just foxhole prayers. It weren't just like I'm gonna call them empty prayers, because it wasn't like I didn't know what to pray for. And I felt like they were empty, like I was just praying for something to happen and it wasn't happening. But then like as I was getting like further, like I think probably step 2 was when I realized like everything that I've been praying for was happening.
Yeah.
It just wasn't in the way I expected it to happen. You know what I mean? And it was,
I just need to elaborate on that. I was not working the steps. Step 2 happened to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was that instance when I didn't know what I was praying to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just pray for help. Take this from me.
Yeah.
I realized I don't have
Any control.
I don't have any control over it. I don't want to keep doing this, and I keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know? But there was some sliver in my mind that said that if I pray to what it is I don't believe in or don't understand, you know what I'm saying, I know that he will take it.
Yeah.
And that's that mustard seed of faith. It happened, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It says February 1st is the daily reflections. Goal, sanity. Step 2, gently and very gradually began to infiltrate my life. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It says, I can't say upon what occasion or upon what day I came to believe, but I can.
Right.
In a power greater than myself. But I certainly have that belief now. That's in 12 Steps, 12 Traditions. Came to believe. I gave lip service to my belief when I felt like it or when I thought it would look good.
Yeah.
I didn't really trust God. I didn't believe he cared for me. I kept trying to change things I couldn't change. I can attest to the last one. The other ones before, not so much.
Right.
Gradually, in disgust, I began to turn it all over, saying, you're so omnipotent. You take care of it. That was what that prayer was like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're so powerful, just take it from me, please.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I think you can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did. I began to receive answers to my deepest problems. I did.
Absolutely.
Sometimes at the most unusual times. Driving to work, eating lunch, or when I was sound asleep. Or when I was cleaning the gutters on Mom's house and knocked the ladder over.
Yeah.
And I had a problem at the time sitting still.
Yeah.
You know, letting go and letting God.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, sit still. You know what I'm saying? I got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chill for a minute.
Yeah. I'll give you an example too. Like when I was laid off for, like I was telling someone else, in the month of January, to not include the 4 days that I just worked, I only worked 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you add the 4 days I worked, I only worked 8 days. You know what I'm saying? Of January. It means I only worked a week and a day. There's 3 other weeks behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and you know, the entire, like, yes, it was a struggle. You know what I mean? But like every day that I woke up, like I had to surrender the fact that I had no control over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, as I went through the month of January, there were times where like I didn't have gas, I didn't have cigarettes, I didn't have this, I didn't have that, and like it made a way. You know what I mean? He made a way for me to live.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
You know.
When I pray and I'm asking for something, or asking something,
Right.
like for guidance in one way or another,
Yeah.
I found recently that, you know, before, I mean, I never thought he didn't answer prayers, but I didn't really feel like I was hearing the answers.
Yeah.
And then I started paying attention to different things,
Yeah.
and the answers were right there in front of me. I just wasn't paying attention to the different ways that he answers those prayers. So,
Didn't sit still.
Look, I gotta ask this question. How are your prayers answered in what form?
So, for me, I like that question. You can be, you know, it's again about your perception. You know
I just answered that question for me, though.
Yeah.
Because
So, my sponsor told me that the devil talks to you in your ear, as where God will talk to you through your heart, right? So, like, a lot of the times, my response is I don't hear, I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then also in that same sense, like by sight. You know what I'm saying? So like I can see the signs now. I can see that like the things that I prayed for, or, you know what I'm saying, are being answered just by physically witnessing the things that go on in my life. Like I said, with me being laid off of work and not having money, like I haven't wanted really, I mean, maybe cigarettes here and there, but like other than that, like I haven't wanted food. I got food.
like the sense of calm as well.
Right, yeah. Like, so I can physically see that. And then at the same time, like you said, that calmness, that I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's a feeling for me. Like, I know that no matter what, I'm good. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, and then it comes down to like, with my landlord, for instance, like, she's not one time asked me like, you know, what's going on. I stayed in contact with her, let her know this is what's happening. You know, when I get it, I'll send it to you, and then so on and so forth. And like, she's been understanding. Just the fact that she's been as understanding she has, that's God right there. You know what I mean? I'm 34 years old, and I've never come across a landlord that has been so understanding as to what's been going on this past month, and been so okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with what's going on. And like I really do firmly believe like that not only that's God working, but like my prayers, because I was worried. You know, for going into January knowing that we were about to get laid off, and then like continued to get laid off after we were supposed to come back. And then again getting laid off for an extra week behind that. Like I was worried at first. And then, like, as I prayed for it, that calm, like, you're going to be okay. That's all a response out of it. And then, like, you know, so you guys know that my grandmother passed away. You know, I prayed about that, too. You know what I mean? And then just like the other day, like, I'm talking about, like, I don't think it was yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. I haven't even told anyone about this. I physically seen my grandmother. She was, like, standing in front of me. And like, that's all she kept saying. She's like, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. Is what she said. You know what I mean? And like, is it fucking goosebumps? Excuse my language. I know I'm gonna be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know she's at peace, and I know that the things that I've been praying for are happening for me. You know what I mean? Like I can physically feel it.
Yeah.
Well, that sense of feeling the same way, like if I don't pray, I do get, like, I guess you could call it notification from God telling me, hey, I am here.
Yeah.
And I feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that brings me back.
And then, you know, like what you were talking about earlier, where, you know, the first thing you try to do in the morning is pray, but then, like, there's times where you know, forget to or just don't do it at that time. Like, when I don't pray, I can feel that I didn't pray that day. Like, things start to, I'll say, go wrong, or like I feel off that day. You know what I mean? So then that's when I pray. But then like, yeah, like it's step 2 definitely wasn't something that I worked. It's something that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and that was definitely real. Like the fact that you put it like that is exactly what happened too. You know. And then as I worked step 2, like I realized that's what it was that was happening.
Yeah.
With step 2, you know what I mean?
So when I pray, a lot of times I'm answered in the form of questions.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
if I'm stressing about something, I'm obsessing about things. You know, I'm not doing enough, whatever. Worrying about how something's going to be provided.
Yeah.
There are always questions that come. Have I not provided for you?
Yeah.
Do you not remember what you just come out of?
Right.
Do you not recall the path that we've traveled together? You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, bro. Give me goosebumps again.
I don't really ever get answers. I either get options or questions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I will be presented with, even before recovery, bro. Let me go back. I was at this job. I was working at a tobacco company, Kentucky Tobacco or some bullshit. Okay, it was a pretty nasty job.
Yeah.
But I was progressing on it, you know, and they liked having me, you know what I'm saying, when this job come up at the glass company to work in the shop. And I basically just took time off from the tobacco company to go try this job.
Right.
And I don't know if I can find a photo. I had to find it at a later moment and show y'all. A week or so into the job, I got this tobacco company calling me back. Man, you coming back? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I was like, yeah. You know, I was just hanging them out, kind of stringing them along. And well, about that time, I didn't have a car, so my lady was taking me to drop me off at work. Well, we pull, and it's still dark when we pull up in front of the shop. And I go to get out of the truck, and the headlights are casting a shadow on the door. And I looked at her, I was like, man, that's the Grim Reaper, bro.
Yeah.
Like on the door. Like, I'm not shitting you.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a yard ornament in the grass in the flower bed.
Yeah.
Casting a
Of
shadow.
of a crane, of a bird crane.
Yeah.
And it looked like the Grim Reaper standing at the door.
Yeah.
Well, this was a very pivotal point.
Yeah.
I was either going to go back to the tobacco company or I was going to stay here.
Right.
That was my sign, bro. This is not the place for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stayed there. I got back on meth, and it was a very quick spiral.
Yeah.
Okay.
The honest one.
It was a very, that our relationship took a turn. I took a turn. The job took a turn. That is where a lot of my trauma, most recent trauma, came from, was directly after that choice.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's been giving me signs the whole time.
Yeah. Just when did you become a better receiver?
Right, and when was I open-minded enough to admit that this was going on?
Thanks.
You know, I would always entertain the devil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not only that, but I would. It was more satisfying.
Yeah.
For sick reason, okay? And that was like I was like, it was more entertaining and acceptable.
Yeah.
You know, I heard something the other day. The dark side is always crowded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's always more attractive.
So I heard something yesterday. Just speaking of what you just said, kind of just brought me back to what I heard. Think of it like this, right? So when the devil was cast down here, okay, he was given free reign of the world, okay.
Mhm.
So in biblical speaking terms, this is hell. He runs this right here, okay. what we choose to do, as far as like, that's where like the whole free will part comes in, right? So if we choose to follow God, right, and stay aligned with His, of course, everything negative is going to attempt to bring you back to the dark side. Like you said, the dark side is always crowded, right? So like where addiction would come in, where murder and just all the negative shit would come into. That's what He wants you. That's what He was given in the point of to do. That's why He was given free roam of the world. You know what I mean? But it's what we choose to do. It's our actions. You know what I mean? Whether we choose to continue on the path of destruction, or whether or not we choose to follow God or whoever the higher power of your decision is. You know what I'm saying? That's where the whole point of like the judgment, if you will, would come into. You know what I mean? Like, how can I put this? Like I said before, we're not judged by our thoughts, only by our actions, right? So like, if I think bad shit, but don't do that bad thing that I thought of, like, I can't be judged on that.
Yeah, I've always wanted a valet park a Brinks truck. You know what I'm saying too?
Yes, thanks. You know what I mean? But like,
I'm sure that's all you wanted to do was park it.
Maybe. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's like I said, as long as we don't do that, we can't be judged.
But today we can be trusted to do that.
Maybe.
The truck, yes.
Yeah, to park it.
Yes.
Yeah. And park it. That's it. Just
yes.
Yeah. It's really
Whether it has any contents or not, I cannot
disclose
disclose
it
that.
doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is today I feel like I can get in the driver's seat of that truck and not even look behind me to see what the contents is and park that truck.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I digress.
Now before, I'm being dead serious.
You're good for you,
There was a
bro.
time where I would,
not
see
gonna
if
lie
there
to
was
you.
anything reachable,
I
but
don't want to say reachable, but I gotta look behind me. I don't like getting into any vehicle without looking behind me. That was
my point being
Especially the
is
Brinks
there
truck.
was a time where I would look to see if I could get away with anything, to where today,
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. So this, well, I guess really, you can just incorporate this question with the last question, really. But like, when was it where like something inside of you clicked, where you realized this is what you wanted? Like, whether you heard something or
What, sobriety?
Not just sobriety, but like this way of life. Like, not necessarily something that you might have heard, but it could have been something that you heard. But like, when during this journey we realized like, I want this right here. You know what I'm saying? When was that, or what did it look like for you? You know what I mean?
Well, things just started getting better for me. I felt better. I feel healthier. Matter of fact, last night I ran into somebody who hasn't seen me in years, and the first thing they said is, "You look great. You look healthy."
Yeah.
And that, like they were surprised that I'm, and so yeah, I feel a lot healthier. I've surrounded myself with a different crowd of people that I'm very happy with, and my life has just gone, a lot better. I have less, I still have problems, but I have less problems, and it's not the same kind of problems,
Right.
Just things have been going really well for me, and that's just not something
Is that a byproduct of the 9th step promises? You intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle you.
Thank you. And so yeah, that's my answer.
So I got there's like 2 instances there. When I first came out here and relocated, I went 10 days and didn't have nothing. All right, and I was still working. 10 days in or so, I had a rough day at work on a Monday. I had a coworker stop by the house because I wasn't going up there.
Yeah.
Pick me up a bag.
Yeah.
I went and got it from him. Rolled up, spliff, hit a few times on the way to a meeting, and immediately felt it wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like all this, like, look, for them 10 days, I hadn't realized it at that point. But for them 10 days, my isms were so much less and minimal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was more able to I was more free. You know what I'm saying? I was more peaceful, and I experienced a sense of serenity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it took, like another brother in the recovery says, it took further research
Yeah.
to actually reflect on what that was for that 10-day stretch.
Yeah.
I hit that thing a few times. I come into the meeting, I sit on this metal pew right back here, and was folded on myself. You know what I'm saying? Not because I was that high, because I wasn't going to get up and, greet you. I wasn't trying to meet nobody. I was like, don't look at me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I had this loud-ass discussion inside my head, whether it was between me and myself or it was between me and God, because this was before I even went home and prayed that day.
Right.
And the question again, so maybe it was God because it was a question.
Yeah.
Sean, are you going to get up and go do what it is that you know in your mind right now that you need to be doing? Or is this going to be another one of these instances where you reflect back on this down the road, years later, days, months, whatever, and, man, well, I wished I would have, or if I would have, what could have been, and blah, 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 And I did. I got up, I went out the front door, and there was somebody standing out there, and I was like, I don't know, he tried to say something about staying with her, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go take care of something. I just had a moment. He said, well, usually my moments happen in there. I said, well, mine just did. I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah.
And I got in the car, went down the road, and I called a little buddy. I said, man, I'm bringing it back. I said, you can have it, and I don't want nowhere around me.
Yeah.
And that was the last time
Yeah.
that I did anything.
Right.
The other time was directly before I went home and prayed. It's because like I've shared on the podcast before, the guy come in and shared so matter-of-factly why none of this ever worked for me, and what I was doing wrong or not doing. Yeah. And that was having a relationship with God. And then that's when I went home and prayed. So that's the double head there.
Yeah. So, like for me, I guess it was a combination of things, really, bro. Like,
Combination.
It's a combination of different. Like, there's probably one or two, maybe three different situations where, like, so the first one, so right before I started this journey, I was at the healing place, and I left. I stayed 3 days at a hotel, and then the fourth day, I ran out of money, so I went back to my grandma's house. And I remember walking into the house, and the first words out of my grandma's mouth is, so you left rehab? And I was like, yeah. She was like, when you going to jail? That was the first, that was the first, you know what I mean? And it really didn't hit me then. Like, I really didn't, like, I just kind of laughed about it. Like, I don't know, It really didn't really click with me, though, until I had gotten out of jail and was able to go to a different treatment facility where I was thinking about it, and it was like, so that happened, and then that realization of like, how many times have you gotten out of jail and was basically greeted with oh, you're back at it again, you know what I mean? Like that the look on my grandmother's face of like not just disappointment, but like, here we go again, that's when it really started to sink in for me, you know what I mean? And then it was like that time I told you, like right before I got arrested, I was, I just done, a shot or whatever, and I'm sitting in the bathroom, and I'm literally disgusted by what I was looking at. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't recognize, because that was the first time in years that I had looked in a mirror. You know what I mean? I didn't recognize who I was. I didn't like what I was looking at. I actually hated myself more for looking at myself and seeing what I was seeing. I knew I wanted something different. I just didn't know what it was. That was the second thing that, collectively. But then, like, when I started to actually physically work the program, it was about, I'd say 4 months into the journey this time, where very quickly, I will say, things started to materialize.
Yeah.
But it was also like very slowly. Like I felt like at that moment, like I felt like things should have materialized quicker. You know what I mean? But like not to like put a timeline on when things work, because like I said, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but they always materialize if you work. Like for me, it was like I felt like I had
Work.
Yeah, I had felt like I had been working and working, and like it wasn't going. But like when I look at it now, like it happened extremely fast. You know what I mean? Like it was a month into me being in recovery where I got my first job. You know what I'm saying? That was in recovery. It was 2 months after that when I got my car. You know what I mean? And like these aren't promises. They're not promised you a vehicle. They're not promised you to have a job. They're not promised you anything like that. It's a new way to live.
Yeah,
It's
the
ability to live and be sufficient. That's what the promises are. You know what I mean? But like all of these things collectively made me realize, like, as long as I keep doing this, as long as I keep doing the right thing, as long as I keep praying, as long as I keep meditating, as long as I keep living this way of life and applying it to my life, it'll continue to materialize. You know what I mean? And I would say that part happened relatively fast for me, not for everyone else. You know, like I said, I'm not putting a timeline on it, but for me, it was like within the first 3 or 4 months. Also, again, when I realized that step 2, whether you worked it or didn't work it, happens. It just happens. You know what I mean? And
When you become honest, open-minded, and willing.
Yeah. You know, and you know, I when I first got in recovery this time, I had said I had an advantage over some other people that come into the program fresh. You know what I mean? And the reason I say that is because like when I came into the program, I knew I wanted something different. A lot of people when they come into the program, they have no idea what they want. You know what I'm
Same
saying?
here, because I've been through the program once before,
Right.
and wasn't
right.
right.
You know what I mean?
But this time when I came in it, I surrendered to it immediately.
I was ready.
Yeah.
I knew for a fact 100% that I wanted something different. I just didn't know how to attain it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like because like when I first got into the program this time, like I immediately started looking for a sponsor. I immediately started working the steps, and I immediately applied myself to the steps, and then even more so the traditions to my life.
Yeah, everybody that asks me about it, I tell them it took this program for me to. I could not have done it on my own.
Yeah,
there's no way, and it was so necessary for me. I mean, everything happens for a reason. We all agree on that. And
nothing happens in God's world by accident.
Right, and the way that I got what I got today was necessary, and I know that today. You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful for how it happened and when it happened. You know.
So then it comes, you know, to my last, you know, question, if you will. Okay.
Oh, I will.
So like.
Dear Harry, he will.
What are some of the goals that you have set and maybe achieved in sobriety?
Oh, shit.
Or like, what are goals that you have set that you are still working for, whether it be in recovery or outside of recovery, like within yourself? You know what I mean? Like whether it be spiritual, whether it be like physical, or like just what are the goals you're working for today?
Well, I mean, I'm at this point. Now, I knew you were going to say something. I just know it. But at my age, I knew it. You know, there are. No, we're not doing that.
Oh, you done missed it. You haven't had photo bombs on.
That's just crazy. But yeah, there are things that I still want to accomplish in life.
Well, yeah, of course.
And because of how late it was, it's never too late, but how late it was before I found who I need to be today. There are lots of things that I still need to accomplish. I started off the year talking about procrastination and how I'm working on that, and that's coming along great. That's a goal that's very important to me because I did a lot of that in life, and I feel like I was still doing it. So I'm really getting better with that. The music thing, I'm really pushing hard for this year being a very musical year. and to keep spreading this message. You know, this just. Dear diary, quit looking at Sean. To keep spreading this message, you know, that I have, and yeah. So, I don't know.
Powering off.
Right. But yeah. So that's those are some of my goals and aspirations, as if you will.
Okay.
Because I know you will.
Yeah.
Sean.
I hate this question just about as much as I do. What do I do for fun?
Yeah.
Because I don't make goals.
So,
He's not a
can
soccer
I
player.
ask you why?
That's a good question.
Because I don't see them through.
Maybe that in itself should be a goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I did get my grill fixed. That was I don't know if it's a goal or something I aspired to have done.
That's a goal.
You know what I'm saying? My goals are to pay my bills, and my bills are paid. I'm fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. That's a goal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Goals are. My goals are like, I don't meet them. You know what I'm saying? I want to get up every morning and pray, and I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to work without trying to talk myself out of it all day, every day, first thing in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay grateful for the shit that I have, and I don't do it. You know what I mean? I don't know if them are goals or
Okay.
habits or tendencies.
All right. So, I'm glad that you actually brought that up. So when I never set goals for myself. One, I didn't know how to because I too like I felt like a failure because like every time that like I would set a goal for something, I would come real close but never achieve it. You know what I mean? So it was like I just didn't. You know what I mean? What is a goal? You know what I mean? So when I got into recovery this time, I actually went through the MRT program. That is when I realized that like setting goals for myself is not only I can achieve the goals that I set, but it's about like the type of goal that you set. So like the reason that I never was able to reach the goals that I set for myself is I look at it like expectations. So I would set a goal so high knowing that I could not achieve this goal, but still set it. You know what I mean? And then I would work and I would never reach it. You know what I mean? It wasn't until I did that program where I realized like I'm setting that my expectations of myself too high. You know what I mean? Not saying that I shouldn't hold myself to a
Set
high
yourself up for failure.
I was exactly. So I was always letting myself down, even from the beginning. You know what I mean? So like once I went through that, and I started to, because a part of it is you have to set goals for yourself. You know what I mean? But I'm going to call them smart goals. You have to set goals that you not that you know that you can achieve, but like realistic. They're realistically and they can be achieved. So
you got short term, like mid,
right,
and then long term.
And then long term goals. So. Like I said, I didn't realize that I could set goals for myself and then achieve these goals and then continue on. So when it was like literally I say within my first goal I set for myself in recovery was to get a job first and then to get a car. You know what I mean? The first step into both of these right here is to put applications in, right? And then to get the job, and then after that to save to get the car. You know what I mean? So, but it was like I had to set the goals exactly in that way. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't just be like, all right, get a job. You know what I mean? What do you got to do to get the job? You know what I mean? So I would set like, okay, I'm gonna put applications in all this week. You know what I mean? So I put applications in all this week, and then boom, I got a job. You know?
So basically, what you're saying is an achievement
Is a goal?
is a goal.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because like the program I'm in that I'm about to graduate from is a major achievement.
Yes.
And it's a goal that, like you were saying, some of them you didn't feel like you could achieve.
Absolutely.
I had no idea that I could achieve it as easily. It wasn't easy, don't get me wrong.
It's not,
But it's something that I didn't think I could achieve.
Yeah.
The way I did achieve it.
Right. So I'm glad that you brought that up too. So when I first started the same program, I had been in this program before, 2012. I lasted maybe 6 months. I never left.
I didn't even last that long.
I never left phase 1. You know what I mean?
Right.
My goal when I first initially, this is just for myself, was to make it out of phase 1. It didn't matter to me if I made it to phase 2 or to 3 or 4 or 5. That didn't matter. I just wanted to make it out of phase 1. You know what I mean? And then once I made it out of phase 1, I set a goal for myself to make it to phase 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Realistic goals. Realistically something that I could achieve. And once I made it to 3, I made it to 4, so on and so forth.
I made a goal that kind of challenged myself on this journey.
Yeah.
Of course, my main goal was to be able to complete this program.
Yeah.
But I challenged myself, and this was a goal, I challenged myself to do it without jail sanctions.
Yes.
And for me, that is a big accomplishment.
Absolutely.
Because, my procrastination plays a part in all that, the willingness, all that.
Yeah.
And to have made it through is just, it's a very big achievement.
That was another goal that I'd set. I too, so far, knock on wood,
Right here.
so far, is where I have not gathered a sanction either. You know what I mean? A lot of it has to do with the fact that I do what I'm supposed to. But then at the same time, it's a goal that I've set. Like, I don't want to go to jail. I don't have that, mentality I did when I first got in the program where it was like, I'm just going to do this to get out and then go right back. Like, I don't have that mentality. So I strive to achieve that. You know what I mean? Like,
and how they say it works if you work it.
Yeah.
My goal was to work it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it to work.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah.
And,
I'm not on the MRT or a strict oversight as you guys are.
yeah.
I am on felony probation with it's not a diversion. I plead out to a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
Okay. If I mess up on this probation, then I get the felony stuck on me.
Right.
So, and it's 2 years probation. So March will be a year that's off. I've done a year in March. December, when I went in, back up, I think it was August, like 6 months in, I go in and they want to put me on a light caseload. I'm like, okay, And I ain't even done nothing but showed up to the probation when I'm supposed to show up.
Right.
That's it. A few months later, in December, she says they want to put me on inactive. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what all this means, but I know it's downgrades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like not as strict or whatever, you know what I mean? Which it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? And it's a byproduct of working a program and the one day at a time kind of thing. So, I mean, I guess, that's a goal because I don't want to stay on probation and I don't want to mess up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Financially, I come into recovery with maxed out credit cards, you know what I'm saying? The score was really taking a hit on me, you know what I'm saying? And I've paid 2 off. They got small amounts on them, but I did pay them off.
Right.
And I have paid 2 of the ones with larger sums, paid them down.
Yeah.
Also a byproduct of the programs. I've also adopted this fear of spending. Like, I don't frivolously spend money. Now, I contribute money quite a bit, like almost to a detriment, you know, to the club, to the meetings, you know, just basically hand shit out, you know. Man, I feel like that's part of my recovery, bro.
Yeah.
I can't keep what I have unless I give it away.
Give it away.
You know what I'm
Being able
saying?
to do
And when
that.
I have an abundance of, and my bills are paid, and I'm not wanting or needing for anything, when I see somebody, I am not handing nobody no money.
Right.
So don't get me wrong. Don't be asking me for no money.
Right.
You ain't got no gas. You're hungry. I will fuel your car. You know what I'm saying? I will feed you. You know what I'm saying?
Being in position to do that.
Exactly, and that's because of the program. Okay,
Right.
So, and I mean, I guess paying on the credit cards was a goal. You know, what I'm saying? It wasn't intentional. I didn't set it out, but you know,
Right.
I guess subconsciously, you know, it's gonna help me if I pay down my credit card bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, it is doing that. You know, but yeah.
I think that the financial part, that is,
I almost feel some way about even mentioning it though, because that is,
yeah.
I don't know.
No,
It's financial.
Yeah.
It's selfish. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, I see why you would say that it's selfish, but like,
But I don't
at the same
agree.
time, it's. I feel like it's more selfless because you don't care to help somebody. You're just not gonna hand them money. I'm the
Right.
same way, bro. I'm not gonna give you cash. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know what you're gonna do with it. Even for someone like that I know 100%. You really don't know anyone 100%, but like. Even though, you know, I may, you know you enough to where I'm just not going to hand you cash, bro, because I don't know what you're going to do with it, you know? But like you said, like, if
someone expresses a need for something,
I'm going to help.
like I was in one of those positions at one time where Sean has helped me, like I needed gas.
Thanks.
And he's like, here, get you some gas.
Yeah,
you know what
thanks,
I mean?
thanks.
And, you know, so I totally get that.
Yeah, you know, I too have been in the same situation, you know, but I feel like that's more selfless, you know what I mean? But like the financial part, like that has been
remind me about that when we get out of here. I got a whole another point I need to bring up.
That is like that's my biggest goal, really. I'm not trying to get rich. You know, I've heard this said 1,000 times. I'm not trying to get rich. It's not about getting rich, really. Really, I'd say just. I don't even want to say the word. I don't even want to use the word comfortable. It's just I don't want to be comfortable. I feel like when you get comfortable is when you get you start going backwards.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't want to get comfortable.
Yeah, God don't want me comfortable.
Right. I literally just want to be stable. That's a better word for it. You know what I mean? Where like if something happens, I know I can take care of it and still be stable. You know what I mean? And like the problem with me and that goal myself, I have an issue spending money. I have a drug dealer's mentality still, to the point where like, if I see it and I want it, okay, and I really want it, it does not matter the price. It don't. I'll buy it. You know what I mean? It may take me a little bit, but I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? And that is where my issue is because, and I'm just use this as an example for like groceries, right? Like we can go to the grocery store. And like I could have a set amount of money that I have, right? And it doesn't matter that the Frosted Flakes, the original Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, is $12.
They're great.
And they are. And I can buy the off-brand
Is that a copyright
Frosted Flakes for $6. I'm gonna get the $12 box of cereal every time because it tastes better.
Have you tried the $6 box of cereal?
No. Because
It's better.
I won't do it.
It's better.
I know it.
The cereal in a bag?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, fire.
Yep. See.
Dino Bites over Cocoa Pebbles every day.
Yeah. See, but that's my issue. That right there is my issue. It's a lot of the times it's name brand shit. It's got to be.
Dude, Dino Bites are name brand now.
Well,
That's just soft.
I know the Fruit Loops in the bags are fire. They really are. They're more fruitier, I feel.
And they're softer.
so
Yes, and they're more fruitier.
And they're softer.
But they're more fruitier.
But now, do you see where my mentality comes from?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
I'm the same way. I'm the same way with certain things, bro. Like,
I don't have to have name brand stuff.
no, but I got to have the brand.
The brand, it's got to be. It has
What do
to
you
be
mean?
a specific brand.
Okay,
It has
for
to be.
instance, my brand of chocolate ice cream is the cheap one at Walmart.
Mine's
That's
Breyers.
the only one.
I like
Breyers
Edie's.
is weird to me.
Yeah, I like so.
Edie's is weird to me.
I-
There's some. This is
Creamy.
My specific
Don't like
ice
it.
cream that I eat is the Chunky Monkey ice cream, and it has to be Ben and Jerry's, and I have to spend $8 on
The
it.
Kroger's brand, Death by Chocolate, is pretty good as well.
no, just plain ass great value
Yeah.
chocolate ice cream.
I like a lot of the great value stuff, though.
See, this is it. I can't eat I can't. I'll say it's not that I can't eat it. I won't. There are certain things like I will not eat, especially if it's Kroger brand or Dollar General brand or Walmart brand. It has to be like my biggest one is like Frosted Flakes. Like it has to be the Kellogg's Tony the Tiger Frosted Flakes. It's great. Otherwise, it doesn't taste the same to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like a lot of that has to do with the fact that like when I was
You got something over there?
selling drugs and all that extra.
You want to
shit,
share with the
like,
group?
Sure.
I would literally go and buy it just because I had the money to do it. And I think that has led me to the mentality I have right now. Like, I don't have the money to buy it a lot of the times, and I still will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, that fear of, like, spending money, I don't have that. And I think that is my problem because I will excessively buy random shit I don't need. You know what I'm saying? And it to the point, I think that is the
What's the last thing you bought that you randomly bought like that and didn't need?
That's right.
no.
No.
Well,
See?
if you go, as I was about to say, if you go back to
No. How far?
a couple months ago, because I haven't really had money
So,
to buy
there you
anything,
go.
But
You're doing better already.
well, that's what I was about to get at. Like
You're doing better because you ain't got no money, bro.
that's exactly where I was getting at. So like January, especially in January, because that was the worst so far. That was the lesson that I was being taught. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not just to save money, but to cut back on the spending
Be
of
more-
money.
be more-
I'll say vigilant. Is the
Frivolous.
of spending
Conservative.
money, right? So like when I did have
Penny
money,
pinching.
when I would get money, I would
Tight.
yes. I made like
Tighten up.
$300 or $400 stretch to almost 3 weeks.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
great.
Yes, but
That's
that was
something that you never was able to do before.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
I
That
know.
is the goal that I've strived for
There you go.
since the beginning of January. Like, it's to become, like I said, my ending goal is to become more financially stable. But the goals that I've set in between that is to stretch money as far as I could without like still cutting back on things, but to stretch it as far as I could and successfully, you know what I mean? To where like I may have a couple of dollars I can put in the gas tank to get here and from there.
Right.
And like maybe if I wanted to go to McDonald's to get a small fry or something like that, I could have the money to do that and still not take out of the unnecessary things. You know what I mean? You know, or without ranch. Yeah.
I still don't understand what y'all doing with a wrench with a burger.
You gotta dip.
Ran.
You
It's
gotta-
ran, not ran.
You gotta dip the ranch in the burger.
Oh, the ranch, not the wrench. Okay.
Just the ranch.
Yeah, right. That's a hard ass burger.
Because
Well,
it'll
see,
eat up the metal.
and that was the other thing too. Like I've cut back on
Yeah, and you put that in your belly.
yeah.
I don't. He does. I don't put ranch on my burgers. That's yucky.
No, it's-
It is for me.
So that's my biggest spending was fast food. I would frivolously spend money on fast food. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what. The Taco Bell, every time I go to Taco Bell, it's $30, period. No matter if it's just for me or if it's for me and one other person, I'm spending $30 and no less than that. McDonald's, I would spend so much money on McDonald's. Burger King, like I would do all this all the time, but like to the point where like now I might go eat fast food like once a week, maybe, if
Yeah.
that. And it's honestly, like I said, if I even have the money to do that, I've cut back on so much unnecessary shit. And I guess that would be the response. You asked me when was the last thing I spent that was unnecessary? Fast food. That was the last unnecessary thing because when we got snow.
But at the same time, that's self-care because that's something you enjoy. So you did that for yourself to enjoy. So
Yeah, again, that can be a problem because
Yeah, yes.
there is the process of addiction of
Just buy
fast food.
eating and overeating and
So that was the other thing too. Like I would buy fast food to the point where like, hey, not only did I not really want that, but like I would maybe say I got 2 cheeseburgers, I would eat one and not the other. You know what I mean? And so initially we just end up throwing away the other cheeseburger because it sat for a day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we won't let that one sit. I'll help you with that. If
Well,
you need help.
that one's gonna get eaten. I'm gonna strawberry. You can have half of it if you
No,
want.
I'm good. Just
But you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to reach. Really, that's my biggest in my recovery this time. And once I've gotten since I've gotten to where I am now, my biggest goal that I'm trying to achieve is just become financially stable. Just for myself, just like. And I guess you could say that is kind of selfish, but it's not. Like I just want to be stable enough to where if something happens, it doesn't matter what it is. If something happens, I can take care of it. You know what I mean? If I wanted to help someone, whether it be to get gas or to get a pack of cigarettes or maybe to even get food, if they wanted something to eat, I was able to do that. You know what I mean? And that's what I've been striving to get. That drug dealer mentality is I'm trying to change that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to look at something, see it, and I want it, and I'm going to get it. I'm trying to change that, you know? Those are my biggest goals that I'm trying to achieve.
so. I was sitting here thinking about why you was talking about all that, and I'm wondering if that is a fear of spending or if it's a correction.
Yeah.
Because I can recall just a little while back, I would get paid and I would just watch my spending on the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
When here comes Monday and I'm so busy with work and the meetings, there's really no chance to spend money.
Right.
Okay? And then I stay away from the ATM and I don't have money in my pocket. Okay?
Yep.
So then I end up with this majority of my paycheck in the bank when I get paid again.
Yeah.
And I watch that double over and I'm like,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I've created a habit of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which allows for extra funds.
Extra. And so this is, I'm glad you said that too. So for me, it was like I would get paid. Say I got paid on Wednesday, so I get paid, right? Especially right now because I'm behind on different things. I get paid Wednesday night. Usually by Friday, I'm got maybe $100, if that. You know what I mean? A little bit of that, and actually a lot of that has to do with the fact that like I'm behind. You know what I mean? Because of the layoff. You know, but it's like once I get out of that, like after I'm out of that point of being behind, and I'll get paid, and then maybe not be Friday, maybe even be like Sunday. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, I got like $30. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done spent food, McDonald's, fast food. I done went and randomly paid for this. I didn't even need it. You know what I mean? Like I got a fucking thermos. Excuse my language. I got a thermos the other day, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago. I don't even use it. I don't even know why I have it or how I even acquired it, bro, for real. But I have it, and it's like I don't even use it. You know what I mean? And it's like that type of shit. Like I don't.
So do you know how to budget?
Honestly, no. Because like I said, I have that mentality.
Right.
If I see it, I'm gonna do it. You know.
So you don't have any knowledge on how to budget, or you just don't budget?
I just don't budget.
Okay.
I just don't do it.
So because I did this the other night, real quick, off the top of my head.
Right.
All right. I take my bills
Yeah.
and expenses
Yeah.
and add them up.
Yeah.
And how much do I make a week?
Right.
Whatever's left is what I have to spend.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Budget.
It's real quick. You know what I'm saying?
So, this is the other thing too, like with what I make a week, right? So it's based off of how long I stay at work, obviously. You know what I mean? For some reason, it's not a consistent hour set of work. It's supposed to be an 8-hour shift, maybe get overtime after, you know what I mean, depending. But there's times, like I said, Friday I went to work. We weren't supposed to leave until a little bit after 12:15. We got let go at 10:45 because of a situation that happened, and I was on like 6 hours. You know what I mean? So I never really know what I'm gonna actually get that week. So it's, you know, even if I look back at my previous pay, you know what I mean? Even if I base like, okay, I made this this is how many hours I said. Like, I can't even set it off that because I don't really know. We don't know. And I think that's a little bit of why I don't really budget, because I never really know how much I'm going to get. And even more so, like, when I get paid this week, because I've been off for so long, my insurance through the company was still going, whether I was working or not.
Right.
So they're going to take another probably $100 out of my check just to cover the times where I was still receiving benefits but weren't working.
Right.
So my check is going to be a little bit lower than what I'm expecting it to be. You know what I mean? And like, it's a lot of factors from that I haven't really set a budget. You know what I mean? Or even really attempted to set one. You know what I mean? But like, my goal, is to fix that. Is to correct that. You know what I mean? Because in order to become financially stable, you have to create these budgets. You have to create, like, I'm getting there. It's a work in progress. You know what I mean? Progress and perfection.
He's ready.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of it, especially, I don't say a lot of it, but a lot of us that first get into like recovery have that problem of setting budgets. You know what I mean? Only because, like I said, I have that drug dealer mentality where if I see it,
It's a form of a goal. Budgets.
It doesn't matter what it is. I'm gonna buy it. It doesn't matter. Like when I bought my car, it was the first car, and probably I think I looked at one other car other than that, and like I wanted it, so I bought it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't I didn't even really ask how much they wanted for the car until after I already signed the papers and like realized that he wanted, what he wanted for the car, and I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, I probably could have got something different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I guess the goal I'm trying to achieve.
All right. Well, what a heck of a day today was.
Yeah.
Gratefuls?
Boom, bada bing, bow.
Bing, bam, boom. Go ahead, Martin.
I am grateful to have goals today.
Whoa.
Bing, bing.
Yeah.
Field goals?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what field we're in.
No.
Yeah, you want some of that? I'm grateful for the life that God has given me. I'm grateful for prayers, both praying and receiving into that. And of course, I'm always grateful for you guys and this opportunity that we have together. And I will throw in that we do need to get together on some self-care together. I'm kind of looking forward to that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony? Woody?
Good morning, Wood.
No.
Yeah. Good evening.
They don't know that.
Man,
Look, people, see?
I'm
See? Look, Sean. All right.
What am I seeing?
Nothing.
A black mic?
I'm grateful. I'm grateful that every time we come to do the podcast, I feel rejuvenated afterwards, like refreshed. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for that, to know what the feeling of home feels like. I'm grateful for you all. You know what I mean? As always, definitely grateful for you all. Grateful for the viewers too. I'm just grateful to be alive today, and actually be alive, and to be able to enjoy being alive. And I'm grateful for my higher power giving me that blessing to know what it feels like to actually be alive. You know what I mean?
Thanks. Sharon?
Yeah, I'm grateful for the struggle today, man. It reminds me I still got work to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for God. Still grateful to be living a life I didn't know I was worthy of, or able to, or worthy of having a day. And I'm grateful for you guys too as well.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, share,
Comment.
subscribe.
Comment.
Yes.
When you comment about your comment, we'll comment back to your comment. That's a lie. We're not commenting back to your comment.
You know what? That is a goal I'm going to make right here on the air. My goal is to respond to more comments.
Keep in mind the procrastination.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we're working
definitely progress, not perfection.
progress.
We love you guys. We appreciate the feedback when we do get the feedback.
Hey, y'all keep coming back.
Just keep coming back, man. And just to know the ones that are, fresh in this thing, it does get better. It does get better.
Paparazzi. All right, John. You gonna break it down? Break it on down. All right.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Ta-ta for now.